as you move into higher level hockey, not to suggest that it's not important in when you're young and developing your game, but so much of the game is going to be, and not just the game, but your success at stopping pucks is going to be dependent upon your ability to stay in the moment. And sometimes we call it focus, sometimes we call it concentration. And there's a skill to focus and concentration. And a lot of it is really about, well, first of all, the reason you want to stay in the moment is that the game is so fast. And that if you're not right with the game, if you're thinking too far ahead or over-anticipating, or if you're thinking about the bad goal you just let in, you're going to lose it. So you can't be thinking about the bad goal, and you can't be over-anticipating the game. You can't be thinking about the end of the game. You can't think about winning. You've got to think about, in fact, you don't even have to think. It's not about thinking. It's about staying in the moment. Stay right with the game. It's not even that you're part of the game. You really, when you're at your highest level of focus, you are the game. You're just flowing with it. And so that's why you can't get caught thinking about the bad goal or thinking about what's going to happen and whether you're going to win or not. In fact, when you go into the game, you have to be so focused that all you are is a puck stopper. You're not even thinking about anything else. It's what you are. You are a puck stopper. And there are lots of ways of getting into that mindset. I can only tell you what I did, and it worked. And when it wasn't working, I knew it, and so did everybody else in the rink. And every goalie has had those nights when they flip back into the thinking mode, and then they think, and then they doubt, and then pretty soon the net is full of pucks, and you find yourself sitting on the bench watching the other goaltender. And so that's the reality of it. But in terms of trying to find that space, I think routine is essential. And so every goalie establishes and finds a pre-game routine, whether it's putting your shoes on a certain way, when you go to the rink, and getting in the car through, at a certain time, and driving a certain route, and getting into the dressing room and putting your equipment on a certain way. And so all of these routines, what they are is some will call them superstition. I don't call them superstition. I would call them, it's more of a ritual. And the focus on the ritual helps move you into the focus on the game. And so if putting your skates on a certain way and tying the knot a certain way so that it's exactly right, if you're concentrating on those details in the dressing room and on the way to the rink, that's a focusing mechanism that helps you to bring that focus out on the ice. And so I would, from my experience, and there may be other I'm sure there are other goalie coaches that have other advice in these areas. It's important to develop that focus. But in that focus, what you're also doing is, I'm sorry for moving my hands around, but what it is, you are filtering out distractions. And there are all kinds of distractions. And so you'll see the goalie in the dressing room. Often the goalie who's playing that day, he's not talking, he's quiet, he's just doing his thing. And so that filtering process is a very important part of the preparation for a hockey game. And so if you can do that, and you can find that space, that mental space, that non-thinking reactive space that allows you to play at your very best, then you're on the right path. And so that's a little bit about getting ready for the game. It's a mental thing just as much as it's a physical thing for goaltenders. So I hope that helps some of you. Thanks very much.